We want to turn now to Emily Nash. She's the royal editor at Hello Magazine. Emily, good morning to you. I have to smile because everyone says the same thing, that Prince Philip would have said, get on with it, enough with all these tributes. You know, he's going to have to just listen to all the wonderful words about him. What did you see in the statements from William and Harry?
Well, look, I thought they were both incredibly touching, very personal messages. And what really leapt out was the fact that these brothers have been separated by an ocean for more than a year now, but they're still very united in their memories of their grandpa. They've talked about his dedication to Granny, as Harry calls the Queen, and his devotion to service, but also his mischievous sense of humour. We've heard a lot about, you know, the way he obviously liked to have fun at people's expense, perhaps. William talking about him coming to pick up the grandchildren. We got a really lovely insight into what he was like as a family man, as well as all these wonderful tributes that we've had from politicians. This is very, very personal to the princes, and I think it also brings to mind, you know, their previous experience of having lost their mother and having had their grandfather as such a grounding figure during that very difficult time.
I was going to ask you about that, Emily. You talked about, you know, the fact that William shared that never-before-seen photo of the Duke with his great-grandson, Prince George. Do you think these images and the remembrances make the royal family a bit more approachable?
I think it really is much more relatable when we see Prince Philip there as a great-grandfather. Obviously, we've always had these formal images, but the idea that he's gone to pick Prince George up on his carriage at Norfolk, away from all the cameras, this is just a very lovely moment that William has decided to share, because it does really evoke the man that his grandfather was.
And Emily, as we understand it, William and Harry will be walking behind the funeral procession, as of course they have done before. And this seems an opportunity for the two brothers to be face to face, perhaps to mend fences. How do you think that might play out?
Look, there's going to be intense scrutiny of the brothers on Saturday. Everyone is going to be looking for any clues as to how they're feeling, how they're getting on. I'm certain that members of the royal family will want, more than anything, to put on a united front and to really show their support for the Queen. That has to take priority this weekend. Obviously, we'd all love to see this moment of family unity helping to repair the relationships that have been damaged over the past year. But I think, you know, their main focus is very much going to be about supporting their grandmother and their father, obviously, who's lost his father, and doing what they can to give the Duke of Edinburgh a fantastic send-off.
And on that note, will the Duke's death mean a new role for Charles within the family? And have you heard anything about how the Queen is doing?
Well, we were told over the last few days that she's bearing up well. We heard from the Countess of Wessex that she has been putting others ahead of herself, as always. The Queen's an incredibly stoic person. We heard from the Duke of York. And, you know, I think she will have taken great comfort in these tributes that have come from across the globe. But it's a big moment for the family. Prince Charles is stepping up into the role of the family patriarch now. And I think we will see him taking on more and more of the family responsibilities that his father, you know, took charge of in the past. So it is a big moment for him, but one I suspect the family have been preparing for some time.
Sure. Emily Nash, thank you very much. Always good to get your perspective. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.